everyone, it's Katsumi, and today we're doing a timeless career reading. So whenever you find this, trust there's a message here meant for you. Now let's check in on your goals, work energy, and what's ahead. Okay, so starting off, you have 8 and 10. So perhaps the 8th month or the 10th month of the year might be of significance. The number 8 or 10, maybe even the day, the week, the month, the year might be of significance. So put that off to the side here. And then starting off, okay, you have Anzos, which is about wisdom, communication. There is some sense of speeches that might be happening soon. So maybe you are giving a speech or you're going to see a speech, maybe some sort of presentation. But there is some sense of a message that's coming through here that's going to deliver some sort of truth. Perhaps you'll be learning as well through this speech. We are getting a couple of signals as well. So this might be signals of insight, signals of wisdom that is also coming through. So that's very cool to see. And you also have now these, which is about a sense of need and necessity. There is a little bit of almost like restrictions occurring, some sense of delay happening within your career. You are undergoing some sense of hardships. You're learning and growing, but there is a little bit of pressure through that. But you're doing that shadow work to kind of overcome that sense of pressure, right? And you also have Tiwas, which is about honor, justice, and courage. You also have a sense of leadership coming through. There is a little bit of sacrifice that will need to be made, but that's through the sense of responsibility. But you are definitely coming up in a sense of integrity and truth of the matter. So these are all very interesting things to keep in mind as we go forward. But very interesting insight for your career. All right, so now let's dig a little bit more deeper into the messages of the universe. This particular deck is a little hard for me to shuffle, so we'll see how it goes. But it's very slippery, right? And for some reason, the universe called me to utilize this deck today, so maybe some sense of slippery slope I'm getting might be of significance. Universe is asking you to reassess something, so you're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what brings you joy and who and what doesn't. It's time for a life cleanup. Okay, so very interesting things here. So perhaps you are currently reassessing the career that you're in at this time, the career environment, the career role, right? And so that's the universe is asking you to kind of take a step back and kind of think about whether or not you want to continue pursuing this career or not. There is a little bit of shame here. You've carried this burden for far too long, so perhaps some of you really are not enjoying the work environment that you're in at this time. You're almost feeling a sense of guilt for wanting to jump ship in some way. And it's time to release the guilt you've placed on yourself and start a new chapter in your life, set a new goal, and begin taking action towards happiness. So this doesn't necessarily say, hey, quit your job, go start something new. Definitely have a backup plan before you do that, right? For some of you, you very well may be in a position where you have already jumped ship and you're like, I'm out of here. It's too crazy and hectic. I'm getting a sense of toxic environment as well for some of you in the work relationships, work environment that is not helping you mentally or physically. But the universe is asking you to have a sense of almost like opening up to the abundance of life, right? To believe that you're deserving of what's to come and to believe that it will flow to you. So this is the first important step towards receiving it. Breathe deeply, take that deep breath in and exhale out and trust that it's on its way, right? So I got a little bit of sense of meditation here. And yeah, that's going to allow you to discover a couple of new things, new ideas, new people, opportunities maybe coming your way. So while there is still work to do in order to reach your goal, you might discover new strengths and passion along the way, okay? And have a sense of forgiveness. So whether that be personally, professionally, within your career, have a sense of forgiveness. Withholding forgiveness only hurts you and prolongs the pain. So there's this saying where, to forgive someone, I always get this idea of like, you have to enact that action. Most of us feel like, oh, we have to forgive this person directly. but the universe is saying that it's okay to forgive just the idea of everything that this person has done to you or the situation has done to you, internally and externally, just within yourself. And that is enough to minimize the pain of that outcome, minimize the pain of that memory, so you can move forward. And yeah, just maybe that even may be related to forgiving yourself of certain actions that you've taken in the past, right? So you can stay on the path of your highest potential, your highest good, and that highest frequency, right? Okay, so it's also asking you to release attachment. So there is some sort of bond I'm getting, almost like trauma that you might need to release within the career environment or physically that has impacted your career environment. And that thing you need to let go of. It's either a limiting belief, an untruth, or a negative behavior. It's holding you back and keeping you from stepping into your true potential and happiness. So definitely take that time to almost go into a sense of like reflection, right? As a reflection period, almost like I'm getting almost like solitude, like a introspection of that sense, right? So going within, really. And let me bring these cards up so you can see them as well. But the universe is also asking you to have faith at this time and a little bit of patience too. So as you are having faith, it's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay, right? Yet still you must do exactly that, because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow. And I got the word become, so becoming of the flow, right? In magical ways that you never imagined were possible. Okay, so that's very interesting. So universe is just asking you to have just a little bit of faith in what is happening for your near-term future, okay? And have patience towards that. And you're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment, and that is primarily related to your career, right? And so have patience, it will eventually work out. And soar. Universe is saying that you are being asked to stop dimming your own shine. There's so much potential there that you are just waiting to unlock, and you just need to realize that yourself, right? And it's time for you to come out of it. If the shadow come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar, fly high, dear one. So that's a very beautiful message from the universe. So let's dive a little bit more deeper into some of more of those messages that the universe wants to provide you at this time. So, knowledge and distrust. So, there's something that you are aware of, right? And we're getting more awareness here with the reflection card. We did talk a little bit about reflection and introspection, right? And we do have perseverance and faith. So, universe is asking you to use your knowledge. It's almost giving me a sense of discernment. Like you're very discerning at this time. You're very being very mindful, right? Doing things with intention towards your career, and that's allowing you to have a sense of awareness, a sense of reflection coming through. And through that knowing, you are able to persevere through these challenges within your career, because now you fully understand what it is that you need to do. There's almost a sense of faith coming through that, right? And it looks like some of you want to create some sort of legacy through your career. And it might solely be because you're parents and you want to leave a legacy behind to your loved ones, your children, to those you care about. And we got a sense of tradition. So you're being very wise about how you want to maneuver through your career. And there's a sense of order in that, right? Ooh, divine timing and evaluation. So you're waiting for the very exact moment, for the very right time to happen. I got like ripe, like a fruit, I got an apple or banana for some reason, like ripe like a fruit. So maybe some of you like apples and bananas, or just fruit in general. I got strawberry as well. But I'm getting a sense that you are waiting for that right timing in order to reevaluate where do you want to go and what you want to do with your career. So let's jump into the existing situation, the past, the present, the future, and how that's going to lead up into your final outcome. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so you have the Hangman. I mean, I can pretend I'm fine just till the struggle is over. So that's your current situation. Okay, so right now you are in this kind of just like going with the flow phase, right? And that's really allowing you to almost just surrender to the universe because you have all this wisdom and you're allowing it to kind of put you in a perspective, not only like a perspective shift, but also just a sense of pause and letting go. Ooh, I felt like almost the cards like kind of like dancing with me while I was like shuffling the deck there. It was kind of weird. Like I thought something had dropped, right? Which is very interesting. And you have the Wheel of Fortune in what is helping or hindering you at this time. So this could potentially be a challenge or not, but you're letting the chips fall where they may, right? And so you're allowing fate to unravel on its own. Things are changing on its own, and there's a lot of good luck coming through that within your career. So there's good fortune happening, and you're being very mindful of that as well. You're also moving on with these 6, 7, 8 of Cups, which is all about a sense of departure. You're letting go, you're withdrawing. We did talk a little bit about some of that sense of withdrawal a little earlier as well, but there is a sense of letting things kind of fall where they are, withdrawing, and kind of just surrendering to these thoughts. So in the past, you have I can admit when something has run its course, and we definitely felt a little bit of that in the beginning of the reading, where you know and you were able to identify what's not working quite well in your career. Even though you care deeply about it, there's just a sense of, hey, you know, things have gone its course. Things are ending, things are releasing and transforming, but you understand that there's a sense of renewal and rebirth coming out of that for you as well. And then you care deeply with the Queen of Cups, which is all about compassion, empathy, and intuition. So you do have a lot of compassion towards the endings that are either on its way or have already occurred in your past, right? And just kind of reflecting on that. So that was you in your past situation leading into your existing situation, which is why you're able to kind of just let the chips fall where they may. Okay, let's go into the goals and ideals. Wow, we're getting a couple of doubles here. So at this time, within your goals and ideals, you're a dream maker, okay? And that's really beautiful to see with the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is all about a sense of satisfaction. You're being very wishful. You're content in the current situation. You understand, like, hey, things didn't work out in the past. That's all right. I'm going to find pleasure in what it is that I have now, regardless. And you're also getting very curious with the Page of Swords. You have a sense of curiosity, of observation. You're very, I got very witty and intelligent. So you're very sharp-minded as well. And that's allowing you to go into your near future with the Knight of Swords, which is all about no, not the Knight, the King of Swords, which is all about authority, truth, rationality. You're very logical in how you pursue your career because of that intellectual power. You're able to kind of just go with the flow. You know what's happening. You know what you need to do, and you're not doing anything with half efforts, right? And you're also getting over anything and everything at this time with the 3 of Swords. So with the 6, 7 of Wands, the 6, 7 of Wands. So 7 of Wands is all about creating a sense of stance. You're very courageous. You're protecting something. There's also some sense of challenge happening through your approach. Like you're challenging almost the system of things, right? Within your career. And that's why you are able to kind of do things in a way that's not, it's not like half effort, right? It's full-on effort. You're going full speed ahead. And with the 3 of Wands, it's about almost taking in that, I thought 3 of Wands, which is interesting, because 3 of Wands is all about expansion, growth, foresight. You're exploring, you're growing, right? But with the 3 of Swords, it's about emotional pain happening. There's a sense of hardships, heartbreak. So through your expansion, there will be some sense of emotional pain that you will be overcoming. But it doesn't seem like a negative thing in the sense of approach. It's almost reminiscent of the past, where you can admit that things have ran its course, even though you care deeply. That sense of hardship, you're going through that, but you're still able to expand, right? So it's very, very bittersweet, but it's very nice to see that in that such a way, because you're able to still be grateful for the circumstances that are in your reality, but they might not have played out the way that you expected them to. And with the Emperor, you have a sense of structure coming through in your environment. You're very stable. People see you as very respectful in your career, very strategic. You might be an authority figure of some kind, but might just be taking authority within your career overall. Okay, and so what you need to know at this time, I still my heart. So you're kind of like steadying your heart on things with the Knight of Cups. So that's about having a sense of charm and dreaminess towards your pursuits and idealism. Ooh, so we got a couple of cards here that fell for your final outcome. But yeah, with the Knight of Cups, it's really about you having this sense of dreaminess, this sense of lust for your passionate pursuits, right? And in your career, you know you want something that is beyond what it is that you have now or what you've acquired this far, and you're really working towards that in your final outcome. Okay, so wow, you have such a beautiful final outcome. So you can see clearly now with the Ace of Swords. So you have a sense of clarity, you have a sense of realization, and there's a breakthrough happening in your final outcome. Okay? And you also have the World. The World is all about a sense of completion, unity, wholeness. I'm getting a lot of contentment here, almost like you're fulfilled and you've arrived at the final destination of where you know you need to be within your career. And you're also allowing yourself to play and enjoy yourself with the Six of Cups, which is about that sense of nostalgia and innocence of things. You're also being very kind to yourself in how you pursue your dreams and aspirations. Very beautiful outcome. Let's get a little bit of a clarifier there. Yeah, so radical changes, and you're taking control of your destiny in terms of your outcome. So whether or not you decide to jump ship and say, hey, I'm starting a completely new career or not, or perhaps you are radically changing how you see your current career environment, it looks to be very powerful. You're resting in your power with the Queen of Pentacles as well. So you're very rooted. There's a sense of abundance coming through that. You're being very resourceful with things. So regardless of what decision you take within your career, you're being very resourceful, very mindful going forward, and that's going to allow you to reach the outcome that you desire. Thank you so much for joining me for today's reading. If it resonated, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.